Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Darla Lucian of Darla Lucian Studios, and thank you so much for joining me today. So you can see what we had gotten done last time, and but before we get going, I just want to ask you to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and notification bell. That will let you know when the next videos are up, and so that you can keep the inspiration rolling along. Comment. I love hearing your comments. I like knowing what's going on with you. I like your ideas about how to use the things that I'm making. And share. Share with other crafty people. Share with people who need some inspiration. And let's keep that inspiration rolling. Okay. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you what we did last day. And then I wanted to show you the ones that I made off camera after it cut off. I made this one, that one, tried to go back and forth on which side it was working on, and that one, so those four, and then that one, that one, that one, and that one. So they turned out pretty good, I think. And I think they're going to be pretty fun to use in a journal. They're not as neutral as I was hoping they'd be, but I am going to tuck those in my ephemera box. And then that's going to allow me to be able to grab them as I'm making journals in the future. Okay. Of course, my table behind me is too far away. Let me just grab that closer. There we go. Okay, so then I wanted to kind of work on these little guys. So these are the envelopes. So these ones are pretty quick too, because it's just this little place and maybe a little bit here that needs a bit of decoration. And you don't have to put on the closure. You can save that for later. So let's see how many I have to do here. It won't take us the whole video as much because I didn't have to do the tutorial of how to make all of them. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, a dozen. All of a sudden that makes sense now as I kind of put them in order. Okay, let's start with putting some bits and pieces on. Okay, I think that one fits on here best. Probably can't see this one. This one's just lower down. But get my ruler out and give it the old terry-roo. Just going to get right into it today. Alright, I'm going to save that bit. Okay, so actually it'd be easier if I had them four this way, right? And then you can see them all too. That's what we want. We want you to be able to see them too. Okay. So this one's a little smaller. Way small for that. Not too bad for that. Like, I seriously don't want to see the grubs. Okay, I'm going to turn this one this way so I can see where I want to put this. Okay. Perfect. That's really pretty. I love the colors in that one. That's one of the papers I'm working on for my Etsy shop. It's not quite ready yet. What else do we got for papers over here? Let's see. We got this little strip. Might go like on the bottom of one. Say that one. Let's just tear off a little bit there. Okay. So my daughter made some tapioca pudding again today, and it was so good. Oh my goodness. She's getting really good at making that. And we're all benefiting. Oh, I want to do it on this side. So the smaller side is being pulled away from. And we're using the longer side to pull. It was so delicious. And everybody is her willing guinea pigs for sure. So this looks quite different. And like these aren't going to be used in the same journal by a long shot. So I'm going to use up that fits on there pretty good too. I have a lot of similar ones maybe, but it actually makes it pretty easy when you're mass making to have some of the same ones over and over, and then when we go to decorate it'll be simple, right? Oh, I'm so close, but I just need to slice off a bit. I'm going to keep that red side. I like how that looks. Just the tiniest bit, and that would not tear very well. So, actually, is that too big for there? Oh, that's perfect on there. I'll put it on that one. Because this one is blank, so it allows us some other options maybe. I don't know, I'm not feeling that piece. Let's see. What else? There's some of this old letter that I have. I love this signature. It's just so cool. So I'm just kind of making a torn raw edge on both sides so it kind of is more even. So these two look quite different, even though they're from the same piece, just because taking different parts. Maybe I'm done with that. What else do we have? Here's some of this. Just not quite the right pattern. Just going to use my tear technique. Just put that right in the middle. That looks good. Alright, so there's that one. That one's going to need a little bit of a trimmy trim on the sides here. You know what, I'll do that after it's glued on though. So that way we can get it more even. I like the hexagons for the ones that are about the beehive. Well, they're all about the beehive, but the ones that are saying beehive makes me laugh. Okay, I'm still looking for a few more pieces. Oh, there's another little strippy strip. Put that on somewhere. Maybe not. Oops, I need it the other way, right? A little trim to make sure that it's gonna fit. Oh, it still needs a little more trimming. There we go. Okay. I like that one as is. I like this one. It's ready to decorate. This one's good. I think this one needs something down here, as is this one and this one. So you know what, I'm going to move this one over. Those ones are good. These ones need work yet. And these ones are good. These ones need work. So these two rows need work. Okay. Man, that's grossing me out. Well, I like that together. That looks great, doesn't it? So let's tear it off about here. Oh dear, the ruler slipped. Let's see if we can't recover it. Anyway, oh, there we go. Actually, this piece might work on here. And so it will. Perfect. Alright, so we need a little bit on here. So about there. Good. And then let me divide this one in half. Put a little bit there. A little bit on this one. No. That one. Sure. Okay. It's coming together. Yeah, I like that on there. Okay, put that one there. Put that on there. So we have this one to do and that one to do. Alright, so purple and kind of a reddish color. Let's see what we come up with here. There's this one, which is kind of interesting. That's not going to be good for there, but it might be for in here. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that looks nice together. One more, that kind of reddish one. Might actually benefit from being just like a brown. Or maybe some of this yellow. Is that good? Oh yeah, let's do that. Okay. Sorry. Gotta measure this again. To about there. Okay. About like so. Yep. And then about like basically in half. Not quite. Alright, so these are going to go in my scrap pile. And that one can go in here. That's looking good, right? I like how that looks. Okay. So now I'm just going to stack these ever so carefully. Trying not to lose the pieces that go with each one. Maybe we'll do 2 stacks just so they don't topple over like the Leaning Tower. Okay. I'll start with the grub one because the sooner that one gets covered, the happier I'll be. Alright, so I'm grabbing out my Oohoo and my pages for my glue pad. So this one that I kind of tore wonky, it's just going to glue down fine. I think I've shown you that kind of thing before, where when it tears and then you just go for it anyway. I'm going to push it to the edge here. There we go. Oh, this one has a little something stuck on there. I'll just pull it right off. Alright. And then this one. Alright, so then a quick look to see about trimming. Okay. And this one is coming away here, so I am going to just tap it with a little dot of tacky glue. Because that's the stress point, so we're going to make sure that it's good and glued. Alright, so this can go into our to be decorated pile. Next up. I usually use quite a lot of glue because I want it to stay down. So there's still a little bit of writing here. And I'm not a huge fan of that. What's the pattern? Oh, okay. So what if I put a little bit of this there yet? Maybe that's something I prefer. I think this could work. Okay. Where's the color? It went away. I actually put it away. Oops. It's better to have the measure side up because that means that the flat edge is closest to the desk to press down. So there we go. I like how that looks better. You wouldn't have to cover it necessarily, but people are going to be going in and out of the pocket, so I kind of like it covered. So they can still go in there. Alright, next one. You can picture when you're doing these mass makes that you go through a lot of glue, go through a lot of paper scraps, and it just generally uses up all your little bits and pieces, which is kind of brilliant, actually. Okay, so this one doesn't need anything. That one's just good the way it is. All right, let's take a look at this one. I think I'm going to put this down first. And I don't care if they're very similar because I'm probably not going to be using more than one of these in any one given journal, which means that nobody's going to know if theirs is almost or fairly similar to somebody else's. It's just not going to be an issue. So, alrighty, this one I think does go over a bit on the edge, yep. So I gotta be careful not to stick it too much down where until I have it cut. I don't want to glue the envelope shut. That'd be kind of unfortunate after all of the antics we've gone through to get it. There. Not sure why that's sticking out so much. That's annoying me. So I'm going to re-glue this. Which means I just cut open my envelope in case you didn't realize. So these flaps weren't in far enough. So I'm just going to, took the flaps off essentially. And we're just going to glue it straight down like that. It'll work as a pocket that way anyway. That's fine. I didn't like how the flaps hang out on the sides. Didn't look so great. Alright. Next one. Oh, these are so pretty. I love this paper. I remember when I first bought it, I just wanted to use it on everything, and then yet I didn't want to use it because I didn't want to use it up. You know what I mean? So when I'm using glue stick, the glue pad doesn't get too sticky, but we've been using it quite a lot. And then it starts to get a little stickier. Alright, so I'm not too worried about the harvesting liquid gold honey. I think that's alright. But maybe a strip there. And the funny thing is I actually have a tiny little strip of exactly the same stuff. So why don't I use that? I was going to use it somewhere else and I didn't like how it looked. And there we go, now we know. It was meant to go right here. Perfect. Isn't that great? Alright. Next up. Okay, we want to have something in there. Maybe just kind of a neutral. Actually, that's almost exactly the right size. Alright. Stick that down. See how it uses up all the scraps? Isn't it great? I don't know if you're like me, but when you start crafting, it seems like you just make more and more and more scraps, and this is just a scrap busting kind of a project. These ones. Oh, this wing is sticking over too, I'm afraid. So we're going to have to give it a little bit of a gooey glue. Okay. So one of the things that I like to do is just pick a whole bunch all at once, kind of make it like an assembly line, because then when I go to switch tools, like when I go from cutting or tearing ruler to glue, I can just leave my glue open. It's not going to dry out too badly in the time that I'm doing all this and I'm gluing constantly, right? So it kind of works to have it so that, is that the right shade? That looks pretty good. And I'm actually gonna use it that way. Can't keep that neutral handy. That one's a nice one. I like being able to do kind of like a mass make because then you get so much done. You're kind of in the zone. And then like even decorating, I kind of do them all. Like I did all 8 of those other ones kind of all at the same time. And that was a lot of fun. I was like, oh, too many butterflies. You start seeing, oh, I'm putting a butterfly on every single one. Maybe you need to do something different. Just a little lower. Let's try that again. Crap, the glue dried already. Oh well. A little bit more glue. Never hurt anybody. There we go. Just need to be a little lower so that it wouldn't go past the fold line. Oh, we're coming down to the end. Okay. I really like the shades in this paper. I've been playing around with making digitals. I know different people have asked me about making digitals and I'm working on it. That's what I can tell you. It's not as quick as I thought it might be. And there's different things I need to learn about it. And I really want to do a good job for you guys. So that's part of why I'm kind of taking my sweet time with it. But they are coming eventually. Just like my Etsy store. It came eventually. And thank you guys all for, you know, asking about how that was going. It's going pretty good. I'm trying to figure this out and get some stuff in there for you guys to shop for, and it's starting to look pretty full in there now. No, not full, but it is. All the Christmas stuff is out of there, and I have some like ephemera in there actually right now. So you can actually, you know, like some of these things that I'm making, not this stuff obviously because I'm still making it, but other stuff similar to this is already in my shop. So you can just go on, take a look, and have yourself a little shop over there. And the Etsy store is the same name as my YouTube channel. It's just Darla Lucian Studios, so it makes it easy. I'm trying to keep the name the same across everything. Trying to make it easy for you and easy for me. That looks really nice with that, I think. Oh, this one. Yes. I love this. I got this from Roxy Creations, I think. Yeah, Roxy. And it was Italian letters, a digital. Quite cool. I know. Letters are just neat anyway, and then to see something in, you know, in handwriting, which we don't see a lot, and more than that in Italian handwriting, like in an Italian language in handwriting. It's kind of cool. I like how that looks. And I like the irony of the letter on the outside of the envelope. Don't you think? It's kind of fun. Okay. Let's see. Well, that's just perfect, isn't it? Well, let's Let's go with that. Sorry if my head's in the way, I'm just trying to line it up. There we go. I gotta use my noodle. This glue pad is starting to make a kind of a fun sound. Pretty. Aw, I'm really liking how this is coming together. Let's change it around here. Okay, so we do need to put something in here. What should we put in there? Hugs and Kisses seems kind of appropriate since it's got kind of that, I don't know, lace that makes me think of wedding dress. Oops. Oh dear, everything's twisting. Let's try this again. Okay, to there, and tear, and then this way is there, and then to there, and here. All these little bits are so handy. I just keep them nearby because you never know when you want to add a couple more bits onto something. Like this one here that I'm using some of the bits as the decoration. That'll be fun later on. So I hope you're having fun watching me collaging here. I find it so therapeutic. I love collaging, and that's essentially what this is just kind of putting bits and pieces of papers together. But that's the fun part of doing this kind of stuff. Like, it's just good therapy. I could do this all day, but then the children want to eat and stuff like that. You know, how inconvenient and inconsiderate of them. Don't you know, Mama wants to craft? But I guess it's still a law in our country that you have to feed children. So, you got them, you got to feed them. Actually, we got to start thinking about supper right away here. Wonder what time of day you guys watch the videos. I record them at all different times of the day, but I usually do it on the weekends. And it happens to be Sunday today, now that I'm recording. It's just easier for me to record outside of our normal school week because sometimes that takes all my brain power, especially if I have something else to do for the house or for my business, and I want to bring some great creative ideas to you guys, and I don't feel like I can do that if I'm totally zapped of energy by the end of the day, and I want to come in here with lots of energy for you guys. And so the weekends are definitely fun for me to look forward to spending time with you guys. And then I know that I can chat with you all through the week on the comments, which I do check. I do check that all the time, so that way I don't miss anybody. Because I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing about what you think about what I'm doing. I love hearing about challenges that you're having, and let me know if you don't know how to do something, if it's not working. And this isn't working. I don't know what's going on here, but this little edge did not glue down. More glue. Or my daughter would say, more sticky tape. That's her solution for everything, sticky tape. Okay. So let's put this down first, and then let's think about what we're probably going to use just something from there, right? It's right handy. Makes it simple. It doesn't need to be too fancy because it's just kind of hidden on the inside. Let's do this a little more central. Try again. There we go. I love using up scraps, like just as I'm making them too. That's kind of fun because I don't have to worry about storing them and then finding them when it would be appropriate to use them. Some of these tiny little pieces, I mean, would you remember you had it in your stash? I don't know. I know I have a harder time remembering about those little bits. I keep oh, that's never going to tear. Sorry, I keep losing track of my thought. I keep Ziploc bags in my drawers with my different colors of paper, and so it has a Ziploc bag for each drawer for the colors that would go in there. So, you know, like the red scraps are all in a bag, and then, well, the only drawer I have 2 drawers of is the blue one. So then I have plain blue and patterned paper blue. But I have a lot of paper. I love collecting. Remember how I said there's not a sticker that I have met that I didn't love? Well, you could say the same thing for patterned paper. I'm kind of addicted. Wow, I really love how that turned out. Except I don't like how the top of the envelope is kind of hanging over there, so let's just take care of that. Ta-ta, that's better. And then this side, similar situation. So I'm going to cut that, and then I am going to reglue this part here. I like to see it more even. I don't know, my gluing prowess wasn't so down last night when I was doing those, I guess. Okay. Perfect. So, first let's see where we're at for time. Okay. That took longer than I thought it was gonna. That's okay. They all look so great. So now I'm going to bring back a few of them, maybe 4 at a time. And then we want to do some decorating. So I have different kinds of things to decorate with. I have bits of a magazine page. I have some tickets that I made. Some stickers. More stickers. That's kind of cute. No, I like it on there. Let's just put it right on there. You know, when you found it and you like it, you better just go with it, right? That's cute. All right. Wow, that one's on its way. There's another sticker like that. Similar, I should say. Not exactly the same. No. There's this floral sticker, but it's not really the right size for these. It's going the wrong direction. So, let's see. What is this one? Media. Castle of the Rose. What if we put that on there? Give it a little inky ink. I think I'll be able to get these 4 done, and then that'll be that. But at least you kind of have an idea of how I put them together. Like that. If I see parts that I like, I just put them on, because sometimes I kind of wait and just kind of layer things and then just see what I think. And other times I'm like, you know, let's just go with it. Like that one, I think that one's done. I don't think it needs anything else. We'll just see. I've got some of these other bits here. Let's see. This is kind of pretty. I just wanted to make a more natural. I like that on there. I like the seal. I think that's quite a bit of fun. I'm just going to ink the edge to give it a little bit of definition against this white. I haven't been inking the envelopes. I don't know if you've noticed that. I just noticed that myself just now. Sometimes I ink and sometimes I don't. It just depends on what I'm thinking. I mean, I can always ink them later. But sometimes the elements want a little inking. That's kind of fun, like that. Don't need the period from whatever was on there before. And maybe it doesn't need to be so long behind. Where do we want beauty? Right here? I think so, in that void. This is literally, oh, and I picked up my period too. This is literally from a fairy tale book that I took the pictures out of, and then I went through and grabbed words that I thought I might use because I liked the font. So Castle of the Rose and Beauty are from that. Fancy. Fancy suits on here a bit more, actually. I can pick that up. Fun. This was from a book of my daughter's, and she felt she was too old for it. So I just picked up the corner because I wanted to slide it in so that they weren't two separate pieces from each other. Just love that it says fancy. So sometimes just the sticker and a word works, or sometimes that's not even necessary. Guess where that came from? Yep, you got it. The same book. Well, I don't like covering this up. I really like this stuff. Well, that's kind of interesting. I think that works there. I wasn't expecting to do something like that, but I think it really does work. And I want to see some of this hugs and kisses thing, so if I do that. The one who loves? Or one who loves? I think one who loves. Alright, to the trash you go, your time is up. You are the weakest link. Do you remember that show? I actually didn't watch that many episodes of it, but I found her quite funny. That way she said it. Okay, so again I'm seeing this edge, which I don't like. So I'm just going to take that off. And give that a, wow, I need a little gluey glue. Oh, glue goobers. We got everything going on with this. You actually have to have glue coming out for this to work there, guy. Alright. Okay, I think that's actually it for that one. Alright, so let's just kind of recap what we did. Let's see here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to do. We did these 4 today. And then, of course, this one was the template that I showed you. So I hope you have enjoyed this. I really loved putting them together, and obviously I have a little bit more to do. And I will show you how far I've gotten, and we'll just catch you in the next video. Take care, everyone.